William Booth was the founder of the Salvation Army and one of the most energetic evangelists and organisers in modern English religious history. He took revivalist urgency, urban mission and practical social action and fused them into a movement of remarkable scale. If you want to understand 19th century Protestant activism at full intensity, Booth is one of the names we have to reckon with. He began within the Methodist and revival world, which actually is important because Booth was shaped by the language of conversion, holiness, preaching, and evangelistic immediacy. He believed people needed to be brought to repentance and faith now, not at some more convenient time, and that urgency never left him. But Booth was not content with ordinary church forms. The city demanded more flexible methods of open-air meetings, direct appeal, aggressive evangelism, organisation, music, uniform, public visibility, and the movement he built was not shy. It went after people in streets and districts where conventional church life often seemed to have little reach. He was willing to reshape method drastically while keeping a strong evangelistic core. The Salvation Army did not emerge because Booth had weak convictions. It emerged because he thought the emergency of souls and the misery of urban life required bolder tactics than many churches were prepared to use. He linked evangelism and social intervention. The Salvation Army became famous not just for preaching, but for rescue work and shelters, discipline and practical aid. And Booth did not treat social misery as irrelevant to mission. And at the same time, he did not reduce Christianity to reform alone. He wanted both rescue and conversion. And that combination gave the movement unusual force. Of course, Booth had critics. Some disliked the army method. Some thought its style was theatrical. Some church leaders resented its parachurch energy, and others worried that activism could outrun doctrinal depths. And those criticisms tell us something, and that is that the army was disruptive, and Booth was not trying to be comfortably absorbed into a existing ecclesiastical order. His strength lay partly in that disruption. He recognized that industrial cities required mobility, discipline, and directness, and that the old parish system on its own would not reach everyone. So he built an organization that looked almost military in order while aiming at spiritual and social conquest for Christ. Now, that might sound odd, but historically it seemed to work. So William Booth was the founder of the Salvation Army, a revivalist organizer, an urban evangelist who built one of the most influential Christian movements of the modern age by combining conversionist preaching with disciplined social mission. And he shows what happens when evangelical urgency becomes organizational genius. Booth did not merely preach to the modern city, he built a machine for storming that city.